it's so cold. I'm gonna freeze my nose off. Oh my gosh, can I just do my makeup like this? Hey y'all, what's up? My name's Kelsey K, otherwise known as KelseyKMUA, and I wanted to thank you so much for being here today. Well, everyone, now that it is freezing cold outside and it is no longer summertime, I figured that it would be a great time to share with you guys not necessarily the all new products that I've tried, because I don't have a full face of products that I have tried in the last 4 months. However, I do have lots of great different hacks to show you as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and run you through those products and techniques that I have been trying over the last 4 months that have really changed my makeup game, and just like some different things that I found along the way that have interested me. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut up and let's go ahead and jump right on into it. God, I can't talk today, goodness gracious. Okay, so for the first new product that I have to talk about today that I have tried over the last 4 months is this little guy right here. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So this one here is really, really great for just like filling in pores. It's a really, really nice, like, I guess, yeah, it's a putty type texture. And what I do is I kind of just scoop out about that much onto my finger. Like not a ton, but just enough to a point where I can coat my whole face. And I'm just going to gently rub this between my fingers because it's cold, because my whole beauty room is cold AF. And I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly press that here into the places where I normally get a lot of texture, and really just making sure that I'm pressing it in. Do I press it in all the time? Absolutely not. Do I have enough time for that? Absolutely not. However, it's nice to do every now and then to make sure that the product is working the way that you want it to. Next product that I have to talk about that I have been trying out over the last 4 months. Actually, I just discovered this one probably within the last 2 weeks or so. This I have here is the CoverGirl True Blend Base Business Moisturizing Primer. I already have here the Pore Minimizing Primer that I have been absolutely loving on for the last, actually I don't even know how long I've had this one, but I really, really enjoy it. However, with it being winter time right now, your girl definitely here needs the moisture. As you can, if you saw my Tati Beauty video, that you definitely know that my eye has been just dry and patchy, of course. So I've been trying to keep a lot of my moisture in the places where I tend to be way more dry, and just go ahead and work that into the skin. Okay, so the next product slash hack that I want to talk about is here. This is the NYX Color Correcting Concealer Palette. As you can tell, the green and the yellow and that peachy tone have been very well loved. But what I like to do with this one, oh no, not that dark palette. Oh. What did I just do? I just stuck my finger in that shade right here. Like I was about to put it under my eyes. Actually, let's see if that works. Or let's just go ahead and try. I mean, I'm not purple under the eye anymore, so. At this point, I'm kind of just looking to keep a little bit of extra moisture under my eyes here to prevent any more like creasing. And I'm taking a very, very tiny amount just on the tip of my finger. Okay, let's go ahead and mix that in with a little bit more of that like creamy shade to apply here as well. Okay, that does not look terrible. Okay, so the next hack that I have for you guys, and the next product, I've owned this product for a while now, but I've just never really used it because at first I was like, it doesn't really do what I wanted it to do. But here I have is the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. So it's basically just a facial moisturizer with a like a shimmer to it. I'll show you on the back of my hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little drop right there. Okay, but then as you rub it in, like you get this nice like healthy glow. But when I first had purchased it, I was expecting it to be like basically a liquid highlighter, and it's just not, you know? So what I've been using it with is just kind of rubbing it here into the skin, like warming it up because it's cold. Okay, so on camera, you can definitely see how it's definitely very loomy. Like, I definitely look very glowy and whatnot. However, it's just not the amount of glow that I expect to have, especially under a foundation. For those of us who need more coverage because our cheeks make us look sick all the time, we need something more than that. So what I do is I'm just taking a brush into some highlighter, and I am just basically going to essentially set the glotion with this highlighter and essentially make it look like a liquid highlighter that I just applied all over my face. Okay, so now that I look like a shiny disco ball, let me go ahead and show you guys how I'm not crazy. So the next hack that I have for you guys as far as foundation, I haven't tried any new foundations in the last 4 months. However, I have been mixing different foundations just because of the sole fact that going and transitioning from my summer shades into my winter shades is usually really hard, because at one point, you know, I might be like, you know, one single foundation for maybe only a couple of weeks. So I've been accustomed to mixing shades. This comes in handy definitely in the fall time and in the spring, if you might be two completely different shades, because your winter shade is not the same as your summer shade, and then that's not the same as your other shades, and just I know, I'm being super dramatic. However, okay, so the two foundations that I have here are a couple of my favorites. I have here the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvet Foundation, please pardon my nails. And then I have here the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. These two together are like heaven, because you get the full coverage from the Juvia's Place foundation, but then you also do get the really, really nice, like loomy, like fresh, like healthy look with the L'Oreal. And even though this foundation does have really nice coverage, I'm a full coverage queen, y'all. Like, I just need to have it. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear in the shade 430. I'm gonna go ahead and take 2 pumps of that, and I'm going to mix it with a pea-sized amount of the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Velvet Foundation in the shade, oh my gosh, I don't have my glasses on. Hold up. In the shade, yeah, I still can't pronounce that. Let me Google it, hold up. Oh, I finally figured out how to pronounce the very first Juvia's Place foundation that I bought. You have not already seen that, I will pop that down in the description bar below. Oh, okay, that was easy. It's just pronounced Mariko. Yeah, Mariko. Okay, cool. So mixing shade 430 from the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear with shade 710 from the Juvia's Place in the shade Mariko. And I am just going to go ahead and use a brush and swirl these together on the back of my hand. Now, is this necessarily the fastest makeup look you are ever going to do in your life? Absolutely not. However, are you going to look like a flawless queen when you're done? Absolutely. And yes, I do wear glasses. Do I like to wear them often? No, because my nose gets oily and then they just slide right off my face, and I don't like doing that. So, okay guys, so the reason why I had not been able to hold onto a steady uploading schedule while I was in school this semester was simply just because this semester was the roughest semester I have ever had in my entire life. I completely burned myself out the first 3 weeks of school with the first round of exams. I had been taking 5 classes on top of working still about 40 hours a week probably closer to 45 hours a week between all 3 of my jobs. So yeah, it was just really rough. I just didn't really have a whole lot of time. I was pretty stressed out like all the time. And the classes that I was taking like weren't necessarily hard. Like, I don't think that the material was necessarily hard, but the hard part about these classes was just the freaking group projects. I had a group project for literally every single class. Do you know how hard it is to keep up with 20 different people and all of their crazy schedules when they all are taking full-time classes and or may have jobs and or families outside of school? It is next to impossible. Like, literally next to impossible. One of my group projects, the only time that we were able to meet was the day before our presentation. Like what? Oh my gosh, seriously? So it was just a really, really rough time. I'm just glad that I made it through the semester alive. Did I get the grades that I necessarily wanted? Absolutely not. I am normally either a straight A or like A-, B+ student. And a lot of my grades have come back so far for the semester, and I feel like I've got a B- in most of my classes. I mean, you know, honestly, I still feel like I learned a lot, which is the main point. You know, it's all gonna be knowledge that I can take into my future and in my career. That's not what makes me upset. The more strugglesome part is just the fact that it's like I feel like I could have done more, but at the same time I feel like at which point I'm really just overstretching myself. And why does my neck look so much darker on camera? Because in person, this literally looks exactly the same. Like, I'm looking right now in the mirror and it looks like my neck and my face are virtually the same color, and then on camera it's like pale and then tan. So I don't know, guys, I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so for this step, guys, I do have a brand new concealer that I have tried over the last 4 months, and this is something that has gotten lots of buzz on the internet, but has kind of just been like the unsung hero. And here I have is the e.l.f. Cosmetics Camo Concealer, and this one is in the shade Medium Peach. This guy here, oh no, I just got concealer on my pants! I'm wearing my good jeans too. I'm just gonna like, hold on, let me put this on real quick. Yeah, I think my foundation is a little bit too light for this concealer right now, but we're just gonna work with it because that's what a baby's gotta do, what a baby's gotta do. Any of my 90s babies out there? If you know what I'm talking about, pop a comment down below. Oh my god, the concealer isn't coming out of my pants. These are my good jeans! I don't know what the hell I was thinking trying to do my makeup in my good jeans though. I really do not. Oh my gosh, like even the blue is coming out. Like look at this. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, I can kind of see it there in the viewfinder, but like you see how it's like blue? That is the ink coming out of my jeans, but the concealer is not. Whatever. I'm not gonna cry over it. Okay, so back to the group projects from hell. So a majority of my group projects actually went pretty well. I only had one that was like ridiculously stressful, and it was because I had a project member that just, like, she said that she would do stuff and then just didn't do it. You know, it's like, okay. And so then when she got called out on not having performed her portion of the work, she kind of just like flipped out and just like didn't take accountability for her actions. And it's not like she was the only person that wasn't taking accountability. There were other members of the group that had not taken accountability, for what they had or had not done. And it was just really frustrating, and I care not to deal with it ever again. So, yeah. I don't really have a new powder or a new powder hack to show you guys, except for the fact that in the winter time, I don't go in and apply my powder directly with my sponge. What I've been doing is kind of just taking my powder, this is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and kind of just gently tapping it into there, tapping off the excess, and then just kind of gently stippling that onto the skin. Because Lord knows that with how dry it is out right now, woo! I would probably look like a raisin, like a really, really pale, beautiful raisin. However, since my nose does still get kind of oily, what I will do is I'll just take a little bit of that. Okie dokie now. Oh, do I want to do eyebrows first? Okay, well, since you guys have obviously seen me do my brows probably about 100 times by now, if you guys want to see a more in-depth tutorial on how I do my eyebrows, I will be more than willing to film that for you guys. And then I will go ahead and just pop those down in the description bar. However, at this point in time, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera. Okay guys, so I just went ahead and did my brows off camera because I don't have any new techniques or new products for that. I just dropped my brush. Okay, I don't necessarily have any new products yet for eyeshadow primer. However, this one that I have been using as of late is the Body Shop All-in-One Insta Blur Eye Primer. I absolutely adore this eyeshadow primer simply because of the sole fact that it doesn't make my eyes look super duper dry, and it's just really effective. Okay, and so then once that is applied, just go in with my sponge and make sure that it is all nice and flat, so there's no creasing. Okay guys, so the next item that I have tried recently over the last 6 months is actually something I picked up like last week, and I'm still kind of testing it out to see if I really like it or not. Here I have is the Morphe X Manny MUA collaboration. This one here is the Glam palette. So in this palette you have a really nice big old mirror. Hi! And then here you have your 12 shades as well as 2 highlighting shades over here. The highlighting shades are absolutely beautiful. So the highlighters are actually what I used today on my face over that L'Oreal Glotion. And then I'm going to be using these on my face today as well. I absolutely adore the mattes in this palette. However, I'm still kind of learning to love the shimmers just because of the sole fact that I was expecting them to pack like such a big punch, because I do have other Morphe palettes and I love how their shimmers are very like creamy and buttery, and usually it's the mattes that you have trouble with. But this one was kind of the opposite. Like the mattes are really nice, and then the shimmers are kind of just like, they just didn't do what I thought they were going to. Does that make sense? Okay, so now having you guys all zoomed in, let's go ahead and put on some eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade right here, Dusty Cloud, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that all over the eye. Okay, so next on a Morphe M453 brush, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade right here, Boy Next Door, and I'm gonna put that in the crease. Tap off the excess. What the heck is going on? Okay, I'm also gonna go ahead and take that same shade Boy Next Door and run that through the lower lash line. I'm about to get makeup all over my Sherpa. Okay, so next on a Morphe M441 brush, I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade right here, Zaya. I'm gonna run that just below that Boy Next Door shade through the crease. And what I'm doing is that I'm making sure that I keep this very, very, very tight to just above where my natural crease is, because I kind of want to do a cut crease today because there is another product that I want to show you guys that I'm absolutely in love with. Okay, so next on a tiny packing brush, I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Howl, and I'm just going to make a really, really thick line along the crease. So I'm really like swirling that brush here into this shade, tapping off that excess, and then kind of just mapping where I want my cut crease to be. Because I do have naturally hooded eyes, so I want to make sure that I am bringing my natural crease up higher. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and take back that M441 brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and blend this all out. I have no additional product on the brush. It's really just kind of blending out that line there. I'm going to go ahead and just use that e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Peach. Let's go ahead and take a flat packing brush. This is the Morphe M167. And first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mark where I want that crease to go, which is just underneath that brown shade. Okay, so now that that concealer is on, I'm just gonna go ahead and touch up a little bit here of this outer corner, just because with my eye being so dry right now, it's just like I'm looking kind of scaly over here. Just kind of taking that same brush and kind of just going over where the concealer was. Okay, cool. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take that same brush that I used the concealer on. I'm gonna wipe the brush off with a makeup wipe. And then at the front portion of the lid, I'm gonna go ahead and use this shade right here called Scorpio. So now keep in mind that brush is damp. And like, okay, so like a little bit comes off on there, but I just feel like the first time or two that I had used this palette, I was like literally digging into the pan to get any color payoff. Like literally like gouging the pan. And I was like, this is not right. Okay guys, I'm getting a lot of fallout, and if you do not know what fallout means, because I have had that question in the past, it is where you have eyeshadow that is supposed to be stuck to your eye, falls off of the brush and off of the eye and onto your face. It is especially unpleasant when you are working with a black eyeshadow and you're getting a ton of fallout. I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe that away. Okay guys, so again, I kind of did have to like really dig into that Scorpio shade in order to get any color payout. I mean, now granted, also keep in mind that, you know, most of the time you do get better color payoff when you use your finger, but trying to use your finger for a cut crease is kind of like, it's not gonna happen. So I did wipe off the brush. I'm gonna go ahead and take the same brush and take this shade right here, Aries. It's kind of like this really cool like shade with a duochrome to it. It's like brown, but also kind of like blue and purplish. It's really pretty. And since I'm an Aries, yay Aries babies, where are my fire signs at? I'm gonna go ahead and take that on the brush. And this is probably the only shade that I haven't used in the palette yet, so prayers. Ooh, that's pretty. I just feel like it's sticking in all the wrong places. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm kind of just gonna go ahead and keep dipping into this Aries shade and really just marry these two shades together. Okay, that's not looking too bad. I was totally expecting worse. I really need to stop doubting myself and my skills, y'all, because I feel like I'm doing that whenever I do my makeup, and especially when I'm in front of the camera, because I just want things to be so perfect. And then when things, like the second that things start to kind of look like they're going south, I'm just like, no, it's terrible, like, oh, everybody's gonna think I'm terrible. I swear to God, I'm good at makeup, like, ah. And so it's like, I really just need to start having like more confidence in myself and more confidence in my skill and my work, because the more confidence that I have in that, the better off I will be. It's really cool how this shade has a very, very nice like bluey type shift to it, but it's also kind of purple, but also kind of brown too. So when you have it on the eye, and especially next to like this Scorpio like golden shade, it's really pretty. Yeah, but again guys, I'm still having to like really dig here into the palette in order to get any sort of payoff, and it's very chunky. Like the shade is very chunky. I'm not happy about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my sponge and really just, okay, there we go. So now on that same brush where I had that really dark shade, I am just gonna go ahead and run the brush from the outer to about the half of the inner portion of the eye, and kind of just go up and connect all these shades with very light brush strokes, not swirling, but just kind of going back and forth in a motion. Back and forth motion. Going back and forth in a back and forth motion. Yeah. Okay, next for eyeliner, I don't necessarily have a new product that I've discovered over the last 4 months. However, I have discovered a new technique. So in the past, I would normally just like load up my entire eye with eyeliner, like going from the inner corner all the way to the edge of the wing with just like a really thick line. But over the course of the last couple months, I have realized that with how hooded my eyes are, and I feel like my eyes are getting more hooded as I get older. I don't know if that makes any sense. So in order for you to be able to see more of my eye shape and more of my eyeshadow, I've learned to create a smaller line, and starting the line here more towards where the outside of my iris is on my eye, and then just keeping that really small until I hit about the outer like quarter of the eye, and then I can kind of just like, if I want to do that big dramatic wing, then I can kind of just like, you know, make it bigger and kind of wing it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and start right here and almost like stamping the eyeliner across my eye, very small, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and go. Okay, so do you see what I mean as to like how it makes the eye look so much more open? It doesn't create any more of a darkness around the eye. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So let me go ahead and move on to mascara. So a new mascara that I have tried over the last 4 months is actually this one here by Essence. I'm a huge fan of the Lash Princess mascara, and this one here is the I Love Extreme Volume and Lift and Curl mascara. Look at how freaking big the wand is on this bad boy. Like seriously? Like the wand is huge. It's like the size of my thumb. I mean, granted, I have pretty small hands, I'm not gonna lie. Like, people will literally come up to me and they're like, oh, look, your hands are so small, they're so tiny, how cute. And I'm just like, shut up, I know. See, I really like the way that this mascara really like separates and defines, but also like really lifts and curls the lashes. Oh my God. I got mascara right there. Great. I'm gonna go ahead and wait for this little booger to dry right here. And because my name is KelseyKMUA and I want to be super freaking extra, one more product that I have discovered over the last couple of weeks has actually been this little guy right here. So this one here is the NYX Glitter Goals. This one is a liquid eyeshadow. I have this one in the shade Polished Pinup, and I actually ended up using this for a makeup look that I did to go to Luke's company Christmas party, and oh my glob, it was fantastic. It looked so good. So let's just pray that this brush works. I'm literally just taking this out of the package for the first time. This is the Morphe 213 brush. Ooh, it is so soft though. Oh my gosh, it's really soft. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take the glitter and put it there on the top of the brush there, and I'm going to hopefully make a line here from the inner to the outer corner. Ooh, this looks so good. Oh, this was a good decision, you guys. Oh, that is so freaking pretty. Yes! Ooh. Okay, so I'm really happy with the way that this is looking right now. Like, very pleased. So yeah, this brush worked out pretty well. I am very happy with this purchase. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and zoom on out, finish up the complexion, and yeah. Hulky day. So next on the list, one thing that I have discovered over the last 4 months of being in school is this little guy right here. So this one here is the Maybelline City Bronzer. I have here the shade 200, and oh my gosh, like what I really love about this bronzer is that it's not too warm toned, but it's also not too cool toned either. It's really perfect for my skin tone, just because of the sole fact that it's like I want the warmth in my skin for a bronzer, especially since I tend to be so fair in the winter time, but I also want something that's not so like warm that I just look like orange. So we're not about that life. We're not about that orange life. Oh, another thing that I am noticing too is that like right through here, there's a little bit of luminosity from all of that highlighter and that Lumi Glotion that we put on. Gonna go ahead and hit that jawline because I'm chunky. Oh, that's another thing that really happened to me over the semester too, guys. I gained 10 pounds, which is, to some people it's like, oh, that's not like too bad, but for me it's like, it's bad because I carry all my weight in my freaking face. It drives me batty. So I'm having to like contour every day. So it's just like, I just want to have my face back. Just gonna go ahead and hit the nose. Super easy way to contour your nose is to just cover your entire nose in bronzer or whatever is left on your brush from your bronzer, and then just go highlight over it. Super easy. So another thing that I have discovered in the last 4 months, actually within the last like couple weeks or so, is actually using this brush right here for highlighting. Normally I would be like, oh my gosh, what? So like this right here, you can see it, like this brush is so small. This is the brush that I normally use for highlight, and just like look at the difference in size between these two brushes. You would think that this brush wouldn't do absolutely anything, or it would only be good for like highlighting like your nose or like the upper lip, but just watch. Like this bad boy really packs a punch. We're gonna go ahead and take the shade right here from the Morphe Glam Palette with Manny MUA. I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade right here, Nova. Okay. Like, do you see that? Woo! Like, she really packs a punch. Like, this tiny little brush. And on top of that, too, like, this highlighter is just absolutely gorgeous, too. Like, I adore this highlight shade. Like, Morphe already has, like, very nice highlights. But this one that they did is just, like, yas, queen. We are glowing to the gods, my friends. We are glowing to the gods. Go ahead and take the shade Apollo from the Manny palette and just go, nope, put on my little light bulb. So next I'm gonna go ahead and take that same little brush that we used for the glitter, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pop a little bit of that Apollo shade here on the inner corner, and also put that in the brow bone area. Okay, and then to get rid of that really embarrassing mascara mark that I have, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this little spoolie thingy. It's more like a brush. But I'm just gonna go ahead and kinda scrape it away now that it's all dry. Because if you try to do it when it's wet, it's just gonna be like, yeah, no, you're just gonna have black streaks all over your face. I'm just gonna go ahead and lightly take my sponge and just kind of go over that space. Okay, y'all, and since I don't really have any new lip hacks, I don't have any new lip products that I've tried over the last couple of months. So what I have been trying to do, especially since it is wintertime, I have been trying to love a little bit more on my lip glosses, just because during, like, matte is so big in the industry right now. Everybody's coming out with matte lipsticks. But during the winter time and my lips are super dry, it's like sometimes I don't want a matte lipstick, but you know what? Today I'm gonna go ahead and use the Maybelline Color Sensational Matte in the shade Darlingly Nude. This is such a freaking pretty shade. Okay, and then to just give myself a wee bit of shine, I'm gonna go ahead and use this Get Glossed lip gloss from Victoria's Secret. It is in the shade Stardust. Okay guys, so the last products and hacks that I have been trying over the last couple of months is actually a couple of sprays. So here I have the Mario Badescu, the skincare spray. This is the facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. And then I also have the Maybelline Lasting Fix Setting Spray. So what I have been doing is, oh wait, hold on, here's another thing. No more hitting myself in the face with palettes! Yay, I have a fan. Ha, I have a fan. I just have one fan. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and first spray down my face with the Mario Badescu spray to really just like melt everything into the skin without overusing with the setting spray, which can potentially dry out my skin during these drier months. Okay, and so while that's still kind of like wet, do you see like how that kind of like makes the highlight like really like soak here into the cheeks? So nice. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and fan myself down. Okay guys, so this here is the finished look. I'm really excited with how this all looks. I feel like I look super glowy and dewy and healthy and amazing and not dry like my eye is currently right now. But honestly, like my favorite product that I've used today was probably this NYX Glitter Goals. Like she was the unsung hero. I was really not happy with how this eyeshadow look was turning out just because like the mattes in this palette are so pretty and the shimmers are like beautiful shimmers, but they're also kind of chunky and they don't really blend out very well. And I'm really disappointed because I really do enjoy other Morphe palettes. Honestly, I really adore the highlighters. The highlighters are probably my favorite part of the entire palette. Like I said, the mattes blend beautifully, but the shimmers just need a little bit of help. I'm loving this lip combo right now. Like I feel just juicy and delicious. And yeah, so if you guys want to see more content, you can go ahead and follow me on Instagram at KelseyKMUA and then on Twitter at KelseyKMUA. And so guys, thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a big ol' thumbs up. It helps other people find the video. And if you want to help other people find this video even faster, you can share the video and you can subscribe to this channel and ring the little notification bell so you can see more videos of me doing stuff like this. Thank you so much. I love you all so much. Bye y'all.